4 chapters remain. But 4 chapters remain. And I gotta be honest, and I'm gonna give you this much, Arlock. I'm gonna give you this. On top of that other fluff chapter being pretty good, and there being some alright parts where I was like, yeah, that's going in the right direction. I'm gonna give you this. There are so many fics out there where I'm like, you ended the story, and we've got half the length to go. And all I can say is, you are allowed to put that fluff a little earlier. Like, I don't know why so many people, they write like 15 million words, and it's at the 7 million word mark that the whole plot's done, and then like, what are these other 8 million words really about? Could you put some of it earlier? Not that this fic needs it. It's already really, really wordy. And I'm going to put my beans on toast. These are to tell fact, oh yeah, because he just went to Naomi, and it was like the author was like, listen, I don't know if I could have put Mia there. I'm like, Mia's a good antidote to Naomi's mindset, in that Mia would have resisted the mother and Naomi went along with it. I don't know, I just feel like it's not that hard. No need to bury any bodies. Everyone is alive. How lame. I mean, not that this would have benefited from having something as dramatic as death this late. I still stand by that Wani Gator, for all of its high notes, mostly killed Yadakan because he gets in the way of there actually being the plot that the author wanted there to be. Which, you know, is just writing in general. But I don't really know if killing him was the solution. Like, as I said, killing someone is kitsch. It's overdone, it's tropey. Only kill someone if it's the only option. Or the world is built like that. Like, I get that people die from cancer, and that's just... You can't just trivialize death as, like, the tool to get characters... Because to me, technically, there already is sort of a deadline for... like, you could just take Yadakan out of the picture some other way, like he's moving out, or he's sick, and he's going to be in recovery for, like, a year, or whatever. Like, there are other ways to do this that don't just outright kill him, where the deadline of graduation still haunts Olivia. Or she feels she has to get this picture done for something. I don't know. Like, I don't know if killing him per se was the smartest move. But it does give the story a unique tinge, you know. Say what you want. You remember it. It does hit you, because he is a fine character. At least they killed someone where you care about it, because that's always the worst, is that, like, someone dies and everyone's like, oh, that was so sad. And you're like, I don't care about him. This character did nothing. You could tell he was going to die from the start, whereas the Yadakan definitely feels like he was going to stick around the whole way. And maybe that's the point. The call Nasser got from here. In my defense, talking things out keeps working. I don't know. Where did he get these skills? Between the fact that Inko is like obviously Garish 2 protagonist, can't do no wrong, where did he get these skills at all? That's the weirdest excuse to give. This is just admitting that you as an author just can't... Like, it honestly kind of feels like telescopic ears, right? Like, the author really needs Inko to be there for this to work. And it'd be weird if someone else was there, because then it gets like this, you get this three-way conversation that's difficult to manage. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, you could always have a character recap an event. I'm saying, like, it's not great. You can do it. Or you can have a non-first person view. Just saying. So yeah, now that we're done with Naomi, it'd be really weird to do anything with the non-binary stuff at this point. Although, I guess you could always go with the idea that, like, the non-binary stuff gets resolved later. You know, like, it doesn't have to happen in this story. It might be something that happens in future times. This is so weird. Also, she never really wore a tie. She wore like a ribbon, right? Did she wear a tie in this one? Oh, man. Mr. Tsuiki. I don't know why you need to be caught up to speed on this. I mean, I know that you know Nasser, but shouldn't Nasser do the talking then? Admittedly, I would imagine that Nasser would be kind of pissed off about all this to the point that he'd need to have issues, you know? How could I trust you? How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. like how Fang still wants to get revenge. I mean, admittedly, did get one of her best friends arrested. Whereas Inko just got beaten up by the crowd and knows that it's like, no, it wasn't your fault. And he's a big puppy boy, so. Listen, all I'm saying is that Inko puppy blick here is inappropriate. The man's not old enough for that yet. God. Oh, not. So, listen, this fic is boring as hell, truth be told. Like, it's not very exciting. So I'm going to talk about this instead. So, I often get distracted by Discord while we're doing this. There's a conversation being had that is really getting to me. Because it's actually, like, a really genuinely interesting discussion. So someone posted, like, a blue sky thing of, like, Corone, I guess one of those VTubers. I think that's that puppy girl. Was gonna play, I guess one Harry Potter game. I don't. What's the latest one? The Hogwarts one with the open world. Point is, they're apparently going to do it. And this particular person said, like, oh no, this is them in the post, though. They're like, listen, I don't make exceptions. If you support J.K. Rowling, it's over. Fair enough. That's how that's life. You're allowed to say that. The thing is, and this is the part that I find interesting. Someone else brings up, I don't know if Japan even knows about any of this stuff or cares. But he also puts emphasis on, like, Japan might not know. Like, culturally speaking, they might not fucking know anything about this. Like, not even from the perspective of, like, fuck trans people. And their response so far has been, we've been loud enough. If they don't want to listen, fuck them. Which, to me... Sounds a little Americentric to me, if I may flutter my eyelashes. I'm just saying that that's a little funky to me, that you can just go into another country and say, hey, country that doesn't care about this stuff because you've got your own culture going on. My culture is important right now. I kind of get it. Like, I can see the angle of it, but man, that is an interesting question to ask yourself. Fang, of course, is threatening, blah, blah, blah. We know where this is going. Oh, that's just disgusting. Don't fucking, holy shit, Fang, ease up. Holy, that's just gross. You just threatened to beat the shit out of her and give her the fucking mafioso cheek pat? What is wrong with you? That's Mo's thing, if anything. But more importantly, you look like such a disgusting bastard. The cheek pat implies that you're enjoying this in a bad way. Ew. Ew. God damn. Everyone's just talking about Naomi, which is fair enough. We gotta get everyone up. This is so goddamn boring, right? That we're going through the whole cast who needs to be told about the Naomi business. Adopted being vegan. Actually, the question of whether or not eggs are vegetarian is a completely separate one to the whole vegan thing you're going for, lady. Also, again, I'm pretty convinced these people are, like, facultative in that they can just totally eat whatever the fuck they want. It's just that they're slightly more like, you know, you can feed your dog whatever, but there is a limit to what they can tolerate that's not meat food. In terms of how their diabetes progresses and stuff. Also, eggs are fucking great, delicious, so... anything that lets more characters eat delicious eggs. Be they in omelets, be they scrambled, be they just sunny side up. Although I'm not a fan of sunny side up. Look, I'm all for a hard-boiled egg, right? I don't like sunny side up. I feel like it robs the egg of some of its power, and I also don't like runny yolks. They don't add anything to me. I'm just like, yeah, that sure is a runny yolk. That is not why I like eggs. This does not taste like a yolk when it's nice and hard-boiled to me. Observe me grabbing a hard-boiled egg and, like, tapping it on the edge, and because the white is, like, super soft, like, cracks all the way through, and then I do it again, like, the yolk breaks inside. It's great. Then I continue this conversation, I guess. I mean, I could continue the conversation, but I don't want to get involved in this right now because I get way too distracted. Alright. I don't... This is a really weird thing for Fang to say. When you remember that, like I get that that's what Fang is... I feel like this is a conversation different characters should be having. Not Fang, and certainly not Inko. Because Inko is the embodiment of this, like the idea of like being normal and fitting in and being the cool guy, whereas Fang is it from the perspective of like trying to satisfy the people around them and being desperate for... Like, neither of them is really experimenting in the way that, like, this statement implies. This is such a... Like, I don't... Look, where's this... Like, 2 months ago, Fang... Like, would really help if these conversations were, like, more than a week apart. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I might just finish this today if I put the pedal to the metal and hack a little squid, because we're making good headway here. Shit, man's birthday coming. Who gives a shit about this man's? We're having so many goddamn... Like, I get it, right? With a cast like this, you're gonna have a lot of birthdays. But fuck, I don't care! It's smart. Oh, look, Rosa and Stella manifest out of thin air. Jesus Christ, those characters have been sidelined. Like, yeah, Stella is like a very tertiary character in Snoot game, but like Stella shows up a couple of times and it's fine. And you're like, yay! But man, this is just obvious these characters have very little to do in this one. Like, sure, they're facilitating some events, but they feel like such tertiary characters, and I'm like, you're already wordy enough with them included. Maybe just take them out. And then the day arrived. Ugh. Of course, you had it at the fucking errands for some reason. They want to kiss. They just want to fucking kiss. Jesus Christ, stop. My man, you're not Italian. Stop eating this much pizza. It's all they fucking talk about. It's like, man, like, my problem is that it never feels like there's any mental space in between these events. It really feels like this all, like, mentally, it feels like everything has been happening in the last, like, 2 weeks, right? This man has eaten 4 pizzas in 2 weeks as far as my brain is concerned. Hippity hoppity. Damn, I'm gonna send one of those again. But they're doing it at his apartment, I guess. I don't care. I don't give a shit about what happens. Because honestly, there really isn't any plot to go through. We're in fluff zone, and I do not care about these characters all too much. I feel like Inko has already gotten himself fluffed up so much, this man could dive into 15 porn movies and just does not need Viagra. He is fluffed to hell and back. Still love that someone posted about, like, man, Fluffers went out of business after Viagra hit the market. Goddamn. What a problem to have. What a problem to have. Well, the guy responded and he said, I suppose, which is exactly, it's what I mean. This is very presumptive of malice. Guilty. Like, I get the point, right? But, like, come on. Right now, right? Like, there's that XKCD comic of, like, today's 10,000, where it's like every day 10,000 people are born or whatever who are old enough to now understand Star Wars or whatever. And I'm like, every second, right? If that's true, like, every day 10,000, right? It says, like, probably more than that. Can you imagine? Every day there are 10,000 people who you need to explain this concept to again. You never be done. There's a reason why a teacher's work is never done. proud. This is the kind of stuff you say when you're doing a wrap up, but whatever. I mean, I feel like these people missed something about the whole, like, Randy adopts Inko thing. Like, part of that was supposed to be that you can make family elsewhere in your life. You don't need to have family that's at home. Which is a bit of an odd message to send after the Snoot game is pretty much about how Anon's parents are not that involved in kind of shit. I mean, they're nice, but they never show up. And the same happens in Wani Hug. Like, it's really odd to then write a fic that's beat for beat copying shit, and the answer to the question is like, I guess the parents are good now. I think by this point Ripley knows, man. I don't think he needs to be told anything. We're in the denouement. People just know. Oh, look, Olivia's back. Can't believe they're already kissing and making out. Like, a big thing I've noticed about this fic, right, is that there's a lot of recapping. There's a lot of getting other people up to speed, and it's written out verbosely instead of a summary. And it kind of feels like the point is to write out those character moments, but I'm like, they're not that interesting. It never feels like these moments really mean that much. Still did it faster to do. Such a weird statement to make when you really cut that. I still want to write one where sort of character choices are laid out. Man, this song is nice. God, I love it. They have to catch. Like, again, they're just catching everyone up verbosely. They nearly shouted. Don't. I'm not even energetic enough to go like, man, they didn't shout. Don't get that in your head, buddies. They did not shout. They nearly. We're not. Calm down. Right? Every time I see this kind of adverb, I'm like, listen, man, just get rid of it. Right? You want to know what happens when we get rid of that adverb? Your sentence, snappier, sassier, sexier. There's a reason why a lot of writing advice people will tell you, don't use adverbs, because when you use them too much, you're making your sentences longer and you're adding detail that doesn't really matter. But then when you do use them, they pop. It's like adding a little dash of pepper, little dash of pepper. If it's all pepper, it's all I could taste. Like, the problem with adverbs in Spanish, though, like, that's part of the reason why people tell us is that it's elemente or whatever. But the li it's a very obvious structure. And if you start paying attention, you start noticing it too much. I don't know why li has that, but, you know, other verb conjugations, such as ed and in, don't. Anyway. Holy shit, he actually explains things and it's not done for... Why are we doing this if you're just gonna summarize it anyway? That's so weird. Huh. It's still funny that like one takes place in the first semester and the other takes place in the second semester. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny when you really get down to it. Everyone fixed everything. Wow. Oh my god, he got him the fucking monkey jacket. Oh my god, he got him the fucking monkey jacket! To be honest, that was one of my favorite details. That ending, oh my god. It's also pretty. It's a good jacket, but it's a little racist. Oh, listen, Inko, this is like the best case jacket. I wonder how bad, like, if it's a post-racist society, you should be able to just do that, right? Or is it frowned upon? We never know. We never know. Unlike the Nothing Else Matters, it's fine. Like, this racism is not a center point, but in Nothing Else Matters, the whole, like, how acceptable are the gays is actually an important question. The thing, like, I really want to write a story where whenever the character is, like, confronted with questions, like, there are options from time to time we show the character's mindset from a perspective like that, but the problem is, you can't really do that unless you write a character that's specifically designed to think like that, because otherwise, it's a bit clumsy and doesn't really tie into things. And you have to play with the concept. You can't just play it straight, because that's a bit lame, especially since you're just doing game mechanics. It would be interesting to do that to a character who's, you know, autistic, maybe a bit more than Anon, you know, enough that their choices don't include the actual correct answer sometimes. So you're like, they don't even consider it, and the options are to show that they can't even conceive the right answer. Man, this conversation's fucking going places, huh? Hi, son. These are my dad tools. One day these are weird. Oh, man. Give me that fat rat hot dog. I want that fat rat hot dog. You have no idea how delicious it is. Give me that. Okay, listen. I said that I could probably do the rest of the chapters today, but not if I'm gonna go like this. Here's membership benefits. With it making a pretty stock day. After a dog day, have one of these. Here's my membership benefits and a favor too with the ladies there. They usually serve Saurians, but they have the occasional human customer. That's so... I mean, that makes sense, actually. Given our trips, we're burning her membership benefits to give me... Have to be a big deal for her. I don't know, man. I think at this point, the amount of fixing you've been doing... I think, especially with, like, the whole putting that date together, you know, together. Listen. I think it's really weird to have Anon from Wani kiss in this. Because the two characters are basically competing for the same... Because like, Anon takes on a lot of Inko's parts and roles, like the whole camera thing, and it's really weird to have Inko keep that, especially with how he keeps jerking off St. Hammond. It's really weird. My heart, again, we're saying shit that really should be where you wrap things up. Also, the one thing that gets me, why the fuck is Hogwarts being streamed right now? Isn't that game like a year or two old? Is it still selling that well? Oh, Hogwarts Legacy, that's the name. Is that game still doing well? It's 2 years old. 2.5, I guess. I've heard it's not a great game, though. It's a bit meh. But, you know, it's an open world game if you want to fill your hours. For 60 bucks, it'll fill your goddamn hours. It is, however, horrendously safe and a bit straightforward, I've been told. But, what would I know? I haven't played it. And if I do play it, everyone I know is going to yell at me, so... Maybe once J.K. Rowling is dead, I can get away with it. Provided that her estate doesn't start doing funny business. Man! Why can't she just shut the hell up? Would it kill her? I just love how, like, there's people with, like, shit opinions who are so dug in that they just won't shut up. It's like, you can win so much. You can be so much more liked and have to deal with nothing. You're making your life harder. For what reason? What are you getting out of it at this point? Like, J.K. Rowling could have a private toilet built for herself that's carried along in a trunk and never have to worry about any of this stuff. People would think she was all right. No. There's just something about becoming rich that just turns you into this miserable person who insists on going online and yelling at people. And then you find something that makes everyone hate your guts and you're like, this is the hill I'll die on. And then you die on it. It's just sad. And annoying. Like I said, I can't play this game without everyone giving me shit for it. It's like a mine. There's a landmine over there. So weird. And again, the reason I'm bringing this up is because someone like the Corona is going to stream it, right? And it's like, can you imagine you live in another country and someone from a country you don't know about talks about a woman from another country you've never heard about and is telling you that you're committing a hate crime, and all you can do is like, I don't even listen, man. I just saw Wizard Game. I just saw Wizard Game with Broom, and now apparently I stepped into a massive social political drama. What? Why don't you just kill J.K. Rowling? Why don't you go up to her and shoot her dead? Kill her if she's that much of a fucking problem. Why are you so polite? Why are these people always so nice about things? They talk about like this is the end of the world. This is the worst shit ever. But do something about it. No. Won't even throw a milkshake at her. Which is apparently how you solve politics in Britain. Fucking... I love that the woman who did it, like, I don't even think she had a great reason. She was just like, I was just little pants. We're doing it for the fame. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Hot ziggity. I'm just mad. I'm just mad that it's such a weird situation. Because it implies that this can only get worse. Like, over time, these kinds of things can only snowball, right? Can you imagine? It's a really weird thing. And I think to some extent, I think that, I don't know, it feels like there's a big discussion to be had here about the nature of consumerism within the context of political activism. And, God, I'm not in the mood for this right now. You can tell that this fic is just gripping me with how I'm distracted by fun philosophical discussions. To be fair, philosophy, fucking radical. Very interesting subject. If you think philosophy is pants, I recommend you put your head in water until you have a philosophical moment. You might just realize. And if you don't have one, then stay down there. Stay down there. Stay down there. And if you don't come up, no loss. That's all I'm saying. Listen, like, actual philosophy is fascinating. Because it's... I don't care if it's good or not. Philosophers fucking go places. They do the shit I like, which is going places. Motherfuckers do not sit still. They go. They go noom. Vroom vroom. Maybe if I ever have a lot of money laying around, I'll get a philosophy degree. Actually, I probably couldn't because the independent research required to do it to get this. Maybe I take a course. Just have someone yell at me. Sounds fun. It's hilarious. Like I said, these people talk about the funniest shit. They invent things like power. They talk about things like how power structures manifest and how they affect people and how they flow through society in ways that economics doesn't really think about it. And they recontextualize things in metaphorical ways. It's like, wow! That's neat. I just think it's neat. I say, holding up a signed book of Karl Marx. See, the icebreaker is that everyone asks, how the fuck did you get this signed? That's the trick. I'm just glad you came and had fun. That's what coming to your party does. Ugh. I say goodbye to Stella and Rose as well because you know, they exist, I guess. Jesus Christ, I love how these characters are sidelined so goddamn hard. I'm not reading this. I'm just like... And now they're giving Master shit for his jacket. I don't fucking care, man. Oh, we're talking about college. I like how we're repeating Anon's fucking problem, except it's like, no, I gotta go to college. Like, come on, man! I feel like people need to understand that some people will just say that you give up your fucking career for me, man. Some people will just ask that of you. Just like I ask people to drown themselves for philosophy. I'm just saying. Some people will say dumb shit and mean shit. And they'll manipulate you. And the fact that everyone is so fucking nice about it, even though Fang has been an asshole at the point, it's just... Gets me. Gets me. We will figure it out of the way. I forgot where that's from. I know it's the end of an intro song of some kids show. I don't know which. And every time I think of the iCarly theme song, I'm like, at some point, it's like they wake up the livers of our nation, which is like good. America's livers could use the help. Their self. I like how now's the time you're asking this fucking question, Inko. This should have come up years ago. So we're okay. Listen, if we're doing this, I'm gonna have to do it. I have. God, I wish I had that picture of the woman who takes like a drink of water. Oh. That's because he's a metrosexual. Please. He likes weird anime moe shit that's literally designed for girls. Oh my god. Fuck. Were you born in the 1920s, Fang? God damn. Call of Cthulhu tries to be more progressive than that. Was provided by Sega, who published a physical version of the game in Japan to promote the Switch 2 edition. Oh, that makes sense. There's two blueberries doing something to us. It's just a fruit explosion, man. That's how they record it sometimes. So Fang is apparently so fucking retarded, and I don't use that word too lightly. Fang is so fucking retarded that she thought this whole time you have to be non-binary to not be a hardcore girl. I'm gonna listen, I said a minute ago, right? Like, it's a little too late to be addressing the fucking non-binary stuff. Why are we addressing it at this point? Like, if the point is Fang, like, at what point has this story been Fang is is trying to be something because they feel the oh, Jesus fucking Christ, what are you doing? You're non-binary. Holy shit. This is such a weird thing for you to worry about. Like, at what point has Inko specifically made clear that your non-binariness, like, matter to him at all? Especially after a conversation, like you said, about figuring yourself out. It's so weird. Like, let me put little beans down. Right? Let me put little beans down. This is a perfectly normal. Let's clear up the air. This is a normal conversation to have. This is not the problem. Going and figuring things out is not the problem. The problem is that the story is pretending that this is. It's kind of interpreting it the same way that the original game is, and that Fang. It's. I'm like, why are you introducing this at all? We have 3 chapters left. You've already wrapped everything up. You can't just throw in another problem that hasn't been a problem this entire time. Oh. God, I hate this. At least Inko could be fucking gay. Come on! Ginkgo. Ginkgo? Ginkgo? I think I like Ginkgo. You mean a promise of a lifetime? That's a different story. A feather from it. Oh God, it is fucking promise of what a reference to make. Fair enough. God, fuck these guys. Fuck both of them. You know, I told people who don't like philosophy to go drown them. I think these two need to go do what Nasser did and hope something good happened. God, I hate this. Wow. I don't give a shit. I don't know why I'm here. It's the funny part. So chapter 24. I don't even like this guy does not label this chapter, so we're kind of left on the. How many bonus chapters were there? Were like 2, right? Yeah, there's only 2. It's like we're almost done with this. Huh. How long are the other 2 chapters? They're of comparable length. Last chapter's a little shorter, which usually happens. People have the appendix chapter, you know. Jesus fucking Christ. These people are arguing about, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit about this J.K. Rowling stuff. Listen, I'm just think it's worth pointing out that the Japanese Wikipedia page has a whole section. Who the fuck goes to someone's Wikipedia page to read that shit? I'm gonna stumble into one of these fucking things. Transgender views and controversies. Toranchu densha ni taisuru genkai oyobu runso. Nice. But like, I'm gonna stumble into one of these things because I don't fucking Wikipedia everyone. If I ever become that fucking popular, maybe if I get paid for it. Otherwise, I'm like, bitch, I do this as a hobby. Do I look like I have time and money and energy to investigate this shit? I don't get paid for this. I do this for fun. Part of that fun is a youthful exuberance and ignorance the youth robbed me of.